Hey, how's it going, guys? We are live. Just give us a second while I set everything up. Alright, let's take a look here. How's it going, everybody? I just want to make sure everything is running well, so I'm probably going to turn the volume down a little bit on Field of Glory 2 here. Let's see. I may need to go ahead and restart this. Hold on one second. One second, guys. We're having some issues with Field of Glory 2. Let me try again, and we'll get this thing back up and running. Definitely want to lower the volume a bit, so let me go into game settings. See if it's showing up on OBS. It certainly is. Alright, cool, guys. So welcome. How's it going, Peter? Good to see you, man. We're going to be playing some Field of Glory 2, of course, guys. So we could do some battles. We could actually play the campaign, which I think is probably what we're going to do. We're going to go ahead and click campaigns and take a look at the various campaigns possible. Right now, we've got the Rise of Rome campaigns, Julius Caesar, Hannibal, Mithridates of Pontus, and Pyrrhus of Epirus. I think we want to do the Rise of Rome campaign, and these multi-battle campaigns allow you to fight a whole tactical campaign between the nations of your choice. So we're going to jump in here, and this looks pretty awesome. Playing Rise of Rome, of course. And I'm quite new to the game myself, but I think we can rename units. I hope we can. If we are able to rename units, I definitely want to make sure that we start renaming people here from the actual channel. So we'll go ahead. We'll do... Let's take Legate, actually, I believe is the way to say it. And for me, I am going to take Rise of Rome. I want to take Rome. So this is the Rise of Rome. So we'll take Romans from 199 to 106 BC. We might be cheating a little bit because we're definitely taking the strongest force of Romans available right now. But we'll see what happens. So let's see how it goes. Okay, so now, guys, we're building our army, and basically right here we're going to go ahead and decide how we want to structure our force. I'm not even sure who we're facing, so that's the problem. I'm going to go ahead and I'm definitely taking some elephants. I've got to be cheap enough to do that. Some armored cavalry, absolutely. But that costs a lot. Now we want to focus on our Hastati. We definitely want to get some Hastati and Principes. We can get some raw legionaries, but apparently during the campaign, and this is kind of cool, I guess at the start of the campaign, we're not getting any fully trained legionaries. We're just getting the raw recruits that are eventually going to become legionaries through combat. I'll also take, we could take light javelin and even some veteran Hastati. Yes, definitely. And now we're down to 51, and we'll take maybe one, actually we'll take a Triarii unit. I was going to take a Thetaphori unit, but I'll accept this. And as you can see, this is the campaign. So it's a very different start than our major battles that we have been playing. We're going to go ahead and start moving these guys up. So let me grab the Hastati, move them here. And I'm going to take a look at your chat comments very soon, guys. But basically, we're setting up for a campaign battle in the Rise of Rome. Remember, Rome is not at its peak here. Not even close. Is not at. Hey, how's it going, Peter Gruen? Good to see you, man. I'm watching you guys on the phone because I can't really watch you on the screen. I have had a few shutdowns, so I don't want that to happen again. And I mean just game shutdowns, nothing serious, but I definitely don't want to be chatting with you guys and all of a sudden we lose all the work we're doing. So right now, guys, we're in the setup phase. I'm, of course, going to make a very strong... Usually what I do is make a strong right and left flank, but since there's a massive river to our left, I'm actually just going to make a very strong right flank and see if I can push it. And I think with the elephants, it's going to be a lot easier to do so. Usually when I play as Rome, I like a nice checkerboard pattern, and the reason being, once you actually get into line combat, it's really easy to just grab the guys that are in the checkerboard pattern and throw them into the fight. And it works quite well. So that's what we're probably going to be doing here. As you guys can see, that's kind of what I'm trying to set up. And we'll see what happens. This is the campaign, and we still don't know who we're fighting against. So we're going to find out very soon. I think that's a pretty good setup. Let's get started. End turn. Confirm. We are fighting against, not the Threfodoid. It's not a race. We'll find out soon enough. Illyria! Ah, the Illyrians, guys. The Illyrians. My goodness. And look at that. These are definitely well-trained Threfodoid, basically hoplite units. So we are starting our Rise of Rome campaign against the Illyrians. And Illyria is actually a pretty good opponent of Rome. They have a lot of Greek culture, of course, more than Roman culture. So it's going to be interesting to see if they will fall and beg for forgiveness, beg for support from us, or if they're going to actually try to fight us. It looks like our leader is Trebatius Herenos. Is going to be the leader. So we're going to go ahead and hope that he does a good job. And I'm going to go ahead and do a double move forward. But we definitely want to keep our wits about us. This is a much smaller battle than what we're used to, but we could still lose here. Let's see what the enemy's going to do. They might be waiting for us. Wow. So this is interesting. The enemy, I think, is going to wait for us, guys. Let's see. And let me know if you still see the game running, because I'm looking on my screen right now. I don't see the game running. But again, I've just got the YouTube screen open on my PC, so I'm not sure if that really counts. But if you're watching and you could see the game running, let me know in the chat. Please move these guys up. And move... No, we gotta wait with the horse. Or with the horse. With the elephant. It's not a horse as far as I can tell. So, let's try again. Alright, here we go. Wow, they're really not giving up. I mean, this is interesting. Thank you so much, Peter. So game is just fine. Awesome. Let's see. Well, I guess they're waiting for our attack, which, honestly, in this situation, I can totally agree with their justifications. We'll go ahead. We'll get this guy here. Yep, pretty much that's it. We're going to have to charge into the Illyrians. Oh, they're not moving. They are not moving. I'm going to go ahead and move the elephant forward. And I'm going to keep moving the rest of my infantry forward. I want to get to the point where we're right on top of these guys. We'll do the same with our velites. Velites are basically units that can throw javelins, or any light missile, really, that can be really deadly in combat. So I want to make sure that they are doing the correct thing here, doing a good job. And I think we're off to a good start. And the Illyrians are finally moving forward, guys. All right, I think we can close ranks with them. If not, we can certainly close ranks with them very soon. Now, the Hastati follow essentially the same principle as the Legionaries in the sense that what they do is they attack, they throw a pilum, and then after throwing the pilum, they go ahead and finish the attack. In this case, we're going to take the Velites first, we're going to throw at the enemy, and we're going to hope that the enemy continues to attack so that they fall into our trap. Because we're not going to be able to actually get a good charge right now since they're quite a few paces away. And I usually like to keep a checkerboard pattern with my Romans. In this case, I'm just going to keep that pattern. I'm not going to change anything. I will move some units up. Move up the veteran Hastati as well, and especially if they can go ahead and get a flanking attack. But basically, I'm just going to hold my line. Although with the cavalry, I might fall back a bit. And that's what I think I'm going to do. Now, apparently, every time you fall back, and I'm just kind of now learning this, you run a risk of getting your unit to basically, you know, lose their cool and retreat. It's a possibility. In this case, it didn't happen, but it's definitely something that could happen. So we're going to go ahead and move forward and hope for the best, guys. I want you guys to let me know in the comments what you think is going to happen. Hey, Lion, how you doing, man? Has the glory been achieved? We're in the process of achieving it. We're in the process of achieving it, my friend. The Illyrians are in front of us. We could engage them now, but I'm going to wait a little bit and let them attack us first. So let's see what happens. What do the Illyrians do? Of course, they're going to attack the Velites, but we'll see what happens. Here we go, evading. Get into our range, that's right. Alright, they're very much in our range. This is going to be an interesting mission, guys, or an interesting campaign / battle. So we have to go ahead and engage. It's pretty much that simple. I'm going to see what our chances are. So actually our impact's going to be great. Let's go for it. We're going to trust in our Hastati Principes. Does anybody know what the difference between Hastati and Principes is? I know what it is, but I want to see if you guys do. And of course, one thing that this game gets correct, which Total War does not, is they would fight together. You know, it wasn't just a Hastati unit and a Principe unit. That was ridiculous, and it's a silly idea to begin with. So what are the Hastati and the Principes? I want to see if you guys know. So apparently charging into these guys would not be a good idea with the elephant. I'm assuming that's because the elephant has, of course, is basically cavalry. So we are going to charge with the Triarii. And our general is Pomponius Abarcius. Not exactly a well-known general, but apparently pretty effective here in combat. He is going to show these dogged Illyrians that we can beat them easily. So let's go ahead. Could actually bring forward our Velite unit and throw some weapons, missiles at this guy. But I'm actually going to charge, because actually our charge is going to do pretty well. But in melee, the enemy actually beats us. So this better be an effective charge. 47, they're disrupted. Great. Perfect. Keep moving forward, guys. And with the Velites, we go ahead, throw. Move forward with the rest of the Velites. And the Triarii as well. And we are going to smash the enemy. So obviously charging a spear unit with cavalry is silly. So we're going to go ahead and take the cavalry and get the hell out of here, especially since one of our cavalry units is a general. So I'm going to make sure he doesn't get hurt. Move forward here. Get a nice charge. Now, mind you, that charge disrupted the enemy and looks really cool and all that, but honestly, the enemy actually has a better chance of winning this fight. So I'm sending in the elephants and see if we can't break this unit early on. We'll also take Trabatia Serenas. We'll keep them here, and we'll move forward with the raw legionaries. Most of our guys are, in fact, raw legionaries. And turn. We're going to turn it over to the enemy. Wait a minute. Let's make sure this guy can attack. Nope. This guy, however, let's do that. At least turn him the right direction. right. Some dispersion, I should say, going along amongst our troops. I think it was just a retreat. I don't think it was an actual dispersal, actually. But they're definitely stepping up their attack here, the Illyrians. We must show them that Rome is superior. And remember, at this time period, you know, Rome was actually quite even with the Illyrians. This was not the time when Rome controlled, you know, almost half of the known world. This was during a time when Rome was very small, very tiny. And there we go. We've broken our first unit. We broke some Illyrians. Beautiful. We've got to keep that up, guys. If we can keep it up in terms of breaking Illyrians, that's what we're going to do. Yes, well, Lion, you're right, absolutely right, but actually it's not just second line. The Principes, much like the Knights, and I don't want to say Principes are Knights, because that's not correct, but there's one aspect that's similar, and that is that the Principes would buy their own equipment. So the Hastati would be given equipment by the Republic, the Principes would purchase their own equipment, and there we go, we broke another unit, dispersed them, doing very well so far, guys. And basically, this is what separated them. They were not necessarily upper class, but usually upper middle class or middle class. And they certainly could buy their own stuff. So far, we're doing really well. I think we're going to take that Triarii unit, and you'll see now that the Triarii are not just used against cavalry. They can be very effective against just enemy infantry units. Let's move forward. Throw! This, of course, is the Rise of Rome campaign, guys, and you don't just have to play as Rome. It's actually completely up to you. In fact, I wanted to play as Sertorius, who is the closest thing to a Lusitanian. He had the Lusitanian tribe support him. The Lusitanians are the tribes that inhabited the region of Portugal today. And look at that. We've broken both, and we killed their general, guys. We killed the enemy Illyrian general. We didn't even get his name, and who cares? He's an Illyrian dog, and now he lies dead in the mud. But that was pretty awesome. And of course now, maybe we can get a very easy victory. We'll have to see. There's still a lot of Thetaphoi attacking us. And this is going to be interesting. Charge. Enemy's already fragmented. That was quick. I'm going to turn my cavalry towards the enemy. We still have some raw legionaries moving up. And since this is the campaign mode, you know, we have to train these legionaries. In battles like this and victories like this is what's going to train these guys. It's what's going to get them to fight perfectly every single time. Right now, it's a nasty fight, but we're definitely winning. 20% of the enemy force is destroyed. We're going to go ahead and do a massive flank attack. And we've dispersed another group of enemies. Unbelievable, guys. You can see these guys are now standing still. They've already been in combat. They've seen the hell of combat, and they're going to wait a turn before they get back into it. The Triarii is the only Roman unit I know about. I know, I mean, actually just through playing this game and working for the company, I know a little more than I expected to. One thing that I really gained a lot of respect for after doing research for this game was the slingers. You know, I never realized how deadly a rock being thrown from a sling could be. But, you know, after doing the research I did, it's unbelievable how deadly it could be. I mean, you know, you could even hit a guy, for instance, that's wearing a helmet with a well-thrown rock from a sling, and there would be absolutely no blood. You know, it would just be a wound that would kill a soldier without any signs of death whatsoever, besides, you know, no heartbeat. And it just really fascinated me. And during this game, I saw a lot of that, a lot of slingers. There's a lot of armies in this game. I'm not going to tell you guys entirely which ones. One of them is the Jewish faction that rely almost entirely on slingers, and they do so well. It's amazing. And those slingers, I actually learned that what the Romans would do is the Roman slingers would actually have these metallic instruments. And look at how well we're doing over here, by the way, guys. We fragmented 2 units right there with the same legionary unit, or Stati unit, excuse me. But basically, these slingers would have these tin or aluminum, I don't remember, sort of bullets made for their slings that would be much more effective than your typical rock. They'd be sharper, they'd be heavier, etc. And look at that, we just broke a unit with our oh my god, we won so fast. Well, let me finish what I was saying about slingers, but you know, thumbs up to Agrippa Maxentius. I don't think I've ever gotten a victory that quickly in this game. But basically, these slingers would have these metallic slings, the Romans specifically, that were actually produced like ammunition for slingers. So they'd have like 20 or 25 of these little pellets. And on the pellets, they would write curse words. They would write terrible things about the enemy. They would write their own family names. And it was just an opportunity. The same thing happened during World War II when the Allies would drop bombs on the Germans. Children would write, hello Germany on bombs, etc. To sort of, I guess it was, both national pride and also a way to sort of disgrace the enemy. And one of them was, I believe, and I don't remember what war this was, but one of the generals' names was, one of the generals' wives' names was Fulvia. And the pellet said something like, I want to impregnate Fulvia. So essentially, I want to impregnate the wife of the general we're fighting. So this is the kind of massive madness that the slingers would go through. Or not just the slingers, but people in general. And the slingers themselves would write these messages. So there we go. We claim this as a massive victory. You guys can see the casualty count right there. Final losses. And now we move on to the next part of the campaign. So here we get to decide what we do. And that's kind of how the campaigns here works. So you successfully achieved the victory. We defeated the Illyrian army, and now we can either fight them with our rear echelon forces, that's option 1, or number 2, we can march to meet them with your field army. You will not have time to replace your losses from the last battle. I want you guys to decide, and we definitely need those of you here to decide, especially the lurkers. I know not everybody likes to chat, but option 1 or option 2. We need you guys to decide. I'm not going forward until we get at least 5 responses. Let's go, guys. I need my generals, my centurions, to give me some guidance here. My council, if you will. This is the Senate, and we need these senators to make a decision. What do we do, senators? Don't leave me hanging. That is a tiebreaker, 3-2s. Thank you, guys. Thank you so much. Sorry, the Senate has voted, and the Senate says we march to meet them with our field army. God, I hope you guys are right, guys. But here we go. Option 2 won in the Senate. There's nothing I could do, my friends. The resolution has passed. Here we go. So we're marching to meet them with our main army. We're in deployment mode. I like this deployment a lot, actually. It's not what we selected, but very cool. I'm going to end the turn. Confirm. And wow. They've got some more of these spearmen, guys. We might want to prepare just a bit. Nope, we're staying in a checkerboard pattern. That's it. Come on, you cowards. Alright, so their archers got close enough to fire, but they did no damage. We're still going to stay put. The only thing I'm going to do is I'm going to move this cavalry here. Move the triarii over here somewhere. And move these triarii over here. But so far, we got that checkerboard pattern we're looking for. We can maybe fill it up over here. And if I had another row, that's what I would do anyway. But Dilatus, why not? Now the difference between, can anybody tell me the difference between the Pilum and the Javelin? I want to see if anyone knows. Both very deadly weapons, but I want to see if you actually know a few differences. And eventually we're going to start having some rewards here, guys. I've really been thinking about, not only scheduling streams so you guys know when they're happening and you don't just have to show up like this, but also providing rewards to, people that get answers correct. That's good. We'll end the turn. Let them advance. Per Roma. Vita Roma. Alright, they're bringing in their missile cav. We might just stay put, honestly. We'll have to see. Hey, Andrew Wavel, how you doing, buddy? And hello, I can't say your name. I'm sorry, Akosh. Good to see all of you guys. How you doing, Hex Red? Pilum is a little smaller than the Javelin, and Soldier can hold more. Absolutely correct, Lion. Not to mention, I'm not sure if, Lion, if you're aware of this, do you know that the Pilum, and tell me if this is correct or incorrect, the Pilum could be used as a spear weapon, not just as a throwable weapon? A or B, yes or no? The answer is yes. There were several times, actually, Marcus Aurelius himself suggested that soldiers use the Pilum not just as a throwing weapon, but possibly as a defensive weapon against cavalry and against other units. The Pilum was just as deadly as the Gladius, if not more so. Certainly had a bigger reach than the Gladius. So many times you could actually, instead of throwing it, you could go ahead and just use it to defend yourself. What I am going to do is turn this way, and we're still waiting for the enemy, guys. We're basically just waiting. Our nice, beautiful army of Hastati. We aren't legionaries yet. It's going to take a while, but we'll get there soon enough. End the turn, let the enemy advance. We've beaten these Illyrians once before. We'll do it again. A little rear attack. We've got to get our cavalry involved in this. And I'm surprised our missile units have not run. We'll see if our cavalry can attack. We might actually have to turn them towards the enemy. But we're definitely in a position where we should have some cavalry attacks. We're still keeping our guys here on guard. I will move them forward, or start moving them forward little by little. As you can see what I'm doing here. But we're still keeping that classical checkerboard pattern. I think turning towards the enemy is probably the right thing to do. And we'll take a Hastati unit to guard this guy. We'll also bring up the Triarii. I'm not sure if it's Triarii or Triarii. Hello, Warpig. How you doing, buddy? Andrew Wavel, yes. Heavy throwing javelin whose head was intended to bend. You know, actually, Andrew, I noticed something really cool, man, and I think you're going to like this. I thought the same thing. And the creator of this game, Richard Bodley Scott, amazing guy. You know, he makes strategy games. He does so much research. And we were having a discussion during one of my streams for Slytherin, and he actually told me that's not true. It's actually a historical misconception. The Pilum didn't bend. I mean, yes, occasionally the Pilum would bend, but really the idea of the Pilum, it didn't need to bend. Once it pierced that shield, essentially there was a weight on the back of the Pilum, so if an enemy was running forward, that weight would touch the ground, and basically the enemy would flip over or get impaled. And even if the weight didn't touch the ground, even taking a Pilum that's not bent out of your shield is extremely hard because of that heavy frontal part. But listen, man, I was just like you. I also thought that the Pilum bent. It's a total historical misconception. I believe what was referred to as National Geographic bullshit. It's just not true. The Pilums were built extremely strong, and in fact, we were just talking about that earlier in the stream, that Marcus Aurelius, who reformed the German army, as many of you know, actually said that the Pilum could be used as a spear. So during some battles, especially against the Greeks, the Romans would turn that Pilum, that throwing weapon, into a spear, which is just crazy to imagine. It's like, really? Like, but yeah, they would do it, and it was effective. So it's kind of funny, but it just sort of changes our idea of how warfare was conducted during that time. I thought exactly what you did. I was like, the Pilum bent? Nope. And I've seen so many videos on YouTube. You could just type in, like, Pilum throw. It will not bend, but what it will do is go through the shield, and even if just like an inch of it goes through the shield, it's a very heavy spear-type javelin-throwing object, you know, sort of a mix of the two, and it's not easy to move once that's in your shield. Here we go, guys. Did you make the right decision is the real question. Or we got a break. Let's see what we do. Yep. And actually, I didn't even know that line, but that's pretty cool and makes sense. Basically, you know, one pilum to fight, and one pilum to throw at the enemy when you approached. But the misconception about the bent pilum is very common. All right, we're gonna attack. Here we go. We've got an excellent impact. We're gonna go for it with our veteran Hastati Principes. Of course, these guys are vets, so they're going to do very well. It's not their first time in the battle. We're going to do the same with these guys, but we've got to approach first. And we could actually attack like this. I'm actually going to attack the Terraforoi right in front of me with our Hastati Principes, just regular. But we did push them back. Like, if you're pushing a line back in a battle like this, it's a very good sign. Come on! Elephants! And our impact's going to be great, but our actual fight afterwards is going to be pretty poor. So it's good we disrupted the enemy. If you guys look at that impact melee, the melee with the elephants is actually not going to be as strong as the enemy. And I think you guys can guess why. It's a spearman unit, you know. They can pretty much deal with elephants. It's not their favorite thing to deal with, but they can get the job done. So right now we're taking a lot of risks here. Impact 49. Enemy is disrupted and pushed back. These are all good things so far, my friends. Once again, this is going to be a situation where impact is pretty strong, but the actual fighting capability is not. So we're going to have to decide what we're going to do here. Apparently we can attack these guys, but I think they're going to run. Nope. Flank attack. Impact attack. And we actually got it. And we've got one general here, Pomponius Abertius. I want to keep him behind the men. And keep on moving forward. Let's hope this was the right decision. The Roman salute. Ah, the Ave salute. Yeah, sort of like the Hitler salute. Oh, there we go. We just got demonetized. Keep in mind, guys, you can always donate to the channel. Because just for saying Hitler salute, that's going to be a demonetization for this video. Quite weird to see elephants in the Roman army. Yes, you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. But, I mean, there were some elephants in the Roman army. They didn't use them the way the Carthaginians didn't. I'm sure they probably didn't know how to take care of them so well, so they probably died very quickly. Turning it over to the Illyrians, boys. Roma Aeon Domus. Look at that. We just sent them back, reeling. Enemies moving forward, guys. These Illyrians think they can take us on, but I think we've got them. Very even fighting here. I mean, this is definitely more even than our last battle. Our last battle we won so quickly, but it's really very even and actually pretty, you know, it's not very strong fighting. You know, we've seen some very vicious fighting in our last battles, but this is not too bad at all. So these guys are pretty much matched, but we're doing pretty well with our elephant, apparently. Here we go. Alright, let's see what we want to do. Charge! Disrupted. Guys, we got this. Now, one of our generals, Herenus, is fighting the enemy here, but he's doing very well against this enemy. So hopefully we can get them to pull back. But this is definitely a dangerous spot. Even here, we are more inclined to win this fight, but as you can see, we didn't just then. Same here. These Hastati are very new. These are raw legionaries. You know, these are very new legionaries. I'm actually still not sure. I think we can take a look. What's stronger, Hastati or a raw legionary? Let's take a look here. Strength 45, 465. So the Hastati are stronger, but once the raw legionaries actually learn to be real legionaries, that's going to change. Here we go. Throw the pilum and charge. And that's what we have to keep doing the entire battle. We're going to charge with their Triarii. And the enemy held firm. Pretty good stuff, man. And right here, our charge is going to be strong, but our follow-up attack, not so much. However, if we get a charge here, ooh, it's still not very good. Yeah, I'm definitely going to keep Pomponius behind. I don't want my general getting killed. And actually, this is a very close battle. You know, truth be told, usually units are already breaking. We haven't had many units break so far. So once that starts happening, we'll know exactly how the battle is going. But right now, if you just take a look at this, even from out here, you know, our lines are right up against each other. It's really difficult to determine who's doing well. But I will charge with our armored cavalry. They're going to evade. That's okay. If I can keep them away from our men long enough, I think that's a victory. Once again here, pretty good chance of a win, but I'm not taking that. Yes, I have seen the HBO series Rome. I love it. I absolutely love it. I'm not sure if you know the reason they stopped doing it, but it's because they ran out of money. It was actually more expensive to film than the profits they made, but it was excellent. It was just excellent. It wasn't entirely, you know, correct historically, but fascinating stuff. You know what I'd love to see? What I'd love to see, and that's why you guys should always not only donate to the channel, but support Agrippa Maxentius, is, you know, I want to create a series at some point, maybe be a producer or a director of a series of the Year of the Four Emperors, where, you know, basically every emperor that rose up was killed within months by either the Praetorian Guard or some other faction, and, you know, make a series out of that, because I think it would be fascinating. You would obviously have to get, like, really good actors for each of the emperors, and it would just be a really fascinating thing. I think a lot of Hollywood actors would not be interested, because they'd probably be like, I'm going to look terrible here, I'm going to look like a terrible emperor, you know, and it's going to be 4 of them. It's just take the 4 actors you hate the most, and that's who the emperors are going to be. But I think it would be really awesome to see a series like that. It would be very, very liked by the people that like Game of Thrones, because the intrigue would be unbelievable. Here we go. Man, it's a close fight. Illyrians at 10, though. We're doing okay, my friends. We're doing okay. Yes, oh, absolutely. Well, depending on the year, different kinds of foreign units, of course, in different amounts. Thank you, Andrew, buddy. Appreciate it, man. Andrew just donated £1. I appreciate it hugely. We're definitely going to try to at least finish this battle. I think that goes without saying. Let's see if we can't get a victory. Right there, that's pretty close. Here, no, our loss chance is way too high. We need to focus on the center. And I've won plenty of battles just focusing on the center. So right here, we could actually get 97% chance of a win. 43, they've broken. That's a beautiful win, guys. The Illyrians are disrupted. They're scared. What about this? No, we're actually going to lose. So we need to find a way to offset this situation. And there aren't many ways. Basically, in this situation, we're stuck in a fight. You got to finish the fight, you know? 10% chance of a win, 8% chance of a loss. Very even. Think we can charge in, and this is going to help. Throw the pilum. It's definitely going to scare the hell out of the enemy. They held firm, but I think it's time for the elephants to make a reckoning. Let's go for it. Very even, despite the fact that we're doing extremely well. We're going to do the same with this unit. And again, we're very, very even in the fighting. We're not legionaries. We're raw legionaries. There's a huge difference. There we go, fragmented. That's what we want to see, guys. And we need to break this unit before this unit flanks us. 44 breaks. Beautiful. That's awesome. So the enemy held firm, but we managed to break an enemy unit. Massive, massive plus to our side. I'm going to end the turn right now and hope for the best, but that's pretty great. So the Illyrians are at 20% routed. I'm going to send this guy this way. And this guy, I'll actually have him chase the retreating unit. Just scare the hell out of them. And actually we're charging a flank attack on the spearmen, so that worked out perfectly. It wasn't actually a very effective flank attack. Oh, well, actually, never mind. Not bad. Throwing pilums at your back is not going to feel good no matter what happens. Promise you that. Alright, I think we can turn it over to the enemy. Let me see. Nope, that's going to be a losing fight. I'm going to throw some javelins in the town at the archers. Kind of tempted to attack here, but I know it's a mistake. Alright, we're going to end the turn, guys. Wish us the best of luck. We just lost a general. My God. He could be a consul. He could be a proconsul. We have no idea. I mean, this guy could be a praetor, an aedile. He could have a very important position in Rome. So we have to win this battle. You know, losing that general during the campaign. There we go. We broke a unit. It's beautiful. But it has to be a glorious victory. Not only to continue the campaign properly, but also to show that general's family that he didn't die in vain. We must do it, guys. Remember, this is the Rise of Rome campaign. This is before even the Republic. This might even have been during the time of the kings of Rome, you know, some of which you don't even get a history of. Let's see what happens here. 94% chance of a win. Go for it. Breaks. There we go, guys. Enemy is routing. More Illyrians routing. Most of them held firm, incredibly. Let's do the same here. Breaks. Look at that. Breaks. Guys, we are crushing them. Charged by our elephants on their left flank. Unbelievable. Andrew, absolutely. It probably actually wasn't even taken from the Carthaginians. I do know a little bit about this. That Romans could easily purchase war elephants. I mean, it wouldn't be inexpensive. It would be a very expensive purchase, but they could purchase them probably just as easily, if not easier, than the Carthaginians could. You know, the Romans for a long time had a control of North Africa, and the Carthaginians definitely were not the only ones to use war elephants. I will say, though, at least in the Tacitus I've read, that the elephants were really never considered a fighting force from what I saw in his books. You know, obviously they would try to be used in the fight, but really they were more considered, how could I put this, an intimidating force, you know, to intimidate the enemy through the sheer size of the animal itself. You know, the stuff like in Rome 2 and, you know, any game really that shows elephants is like every single time doing the perfect charge. It's just not realistic. I mean, yes, it happened, but it was pretty rare, I think, and probably wasn't worth the cost. Let's see what happens here. We could attack. Nope, we're not going to attack. But let's hope that what we're doing so far is working. We got the Illyrians at 44%. I mean, unbelievable. Rotating so each man fights and rests, therefore not getting exhausted. That's a very good point line. Unfortunately, in this battle, we're already stuck in. But I always keep that checkerboard pattern for that exact reason, because I want replacements for my units. So I want to be able to, you know, sort of retreat or pull back or do whatever I need to do. It doesn't always happen, though, as you can see here. And I'm definitely not attacking with those guys. We're gonna have to go ahead and probably end the turn and see what the Illyrians do. Keep running, you dogs. Make our jobs easier. A lot of movement, but not a lot of fighting. And there we go. The enemy has lost heart. Unbelievable. That is an amazing victory, guys. Especially considering that we lost that general. It's amazing. So now we get to decide the next part of the campaign. I do want to allow you guys to take a look at the casualties. We had 274 killed, 555 wounded, but the enemy lost 791 killed, 989 wounded, 2,695 slaves. It's not going to be in the game, but we know what's going to happen to those prisoners, and they are going to be slaves of Rome. And those Illyrians, I've heard, those Greeks, are actually quite smart. I think I'm going to have them teach my children. Probably not a bad idea. They could be scholars, teachers, etc. And they're going to make some very good and docile slaves. So here we go. We actually have to go ahead. We only have one option. You successfully achieved the victory condition for the previous stage of the campaign, and now the enemy appears to willingly accept battle. This is going to be incredible. This is part 3 of 5 of the campaign stage. We are going to offer battle to the Illyrians, and here we go, guys. This might be the final battle, at least against them, and hopefully we have conquered them. So here we go. We get to select our army. So far, a lot of beautiful things here have already been added. I want to go ahead. I want to add, let's see. Elephants, yes. I love you, elephants. Veteran Hastati, yes. I love you, Veteran Hastati. They're 78, but they're totally worth it. And we could get a warband close order. But actually, I think I'm going to get some Hastati Principes. And I believe that's all we can afford. Maybe some slingers. Not bad. Slingers are actually really, really good. You know, a stone has so much power. You really just don't realize it. So we're in deployment mode. Really, the only thing I'm going to do is bring the slingers over here. Or actually over here. Bring the veteran Hastati over there. And these veteran Hastati over here. And bring the elephant forward as well. And I'm pretty much ready to go. Again, I love my checkerboard pattern. Everybody calls it a checkerboard pattern, but it's won me numerous PvP fights, and in terms of, you know, historicity, it's actually correct in the way the Romans would sort of set up. You know, 2 or 3 lines of this checkerboard pattern. One would go in, they would run away, the second line would go in, the third line would go in, the second line would retreat, etc., etc. So I think it'll work, but we'll have to see. Let's see what the Illyrians have. Of course, this is their last stand. That's alright, I'm going to wait as well. Oh, come on. They're not even bothering to move forward. Alright, well, I guess we have to go ahead and do it ourselves. Remember, guys, these Illyrians are not worthy of Rome. They're cowards. As you can see, they're not even offering battle to us. Move forward. Here we go. Alright, Illyrians still are not moving forward. I guess we're going to be the ones offering battle as far as I can tell. Keep it up, boys. Move forward. I like, actually, this positioning. This actually was a better setup than what we originally had anyway, so I'm fine with that. I mean, obviously, I wish that the cavalry was facing the enemy, Thank you so much, buddy. I don't know how to say your name, but I love your Cyrillic text. Thank you so much. 100 Russian rubles. I greatly appreciate it, my friend. The next time I'm in Moscow, I'm spending those 100 rubles. Although I must say, you know, knowing my friend's experiences with taxi drivers in Moscow, those 100 rubles are going to be sucked right up into a taxi ride to Lenin's tomb, which I really do want to see. Thank you so much, my friend. Spasiba, spasiba. Thanks, brother. Spasiba, tovarichi. Alright, so, I'm still staying put. I'm not moving. I'm going to go ahead, maybe turn their way, but I'm not taking the bait. I mean, we're probably going to have to take the bait no matter what happens. But you know what? We're waiting for them. Come on. You Illyrian dogs. You guys are cowards. We've beaten you twice. The entire cast of the Centurions of Agrippa, I've seen you being crushed twice. Look at that. Cowards. They refuse to move forward. My Russian friends, you must tell me what this would be called in Russian. What would we call these Illyrians? Not their cultural name, but the way they're acting in battle right now. They're acting like cowards. What would the Cyrillic be for this? Because right now, I am annoyed. They offer us battle, and then they stay back in this long pike line. You guys can see it. And we're going to have to do something about it. It's basically like a wall of enemy units. Here we go. We got some movement. Cavalry movement. Let's see what happens. I'm going to move this elephant over here. And we just keep moving forward. There's nothing we can do except go ahead and basically move. We'll keep the checkerboard pattern, but we're actually putting Atius Longinus, one of our best generals, forward here in this situation. Come on, men. We have no choice but to move forward. I think we're going to be the ones to commence the attack. And actually, I didn't even notice this. Over here, we've got some light infantry units. We'll go ahead and engage. Slingers! I was doing a little speech on slingers earlier and just how deadly those slingers are. Basically, that slingers can inflict wounds that you can't even realize are mortal wounds. Essentially, there'll be no blood loss, but like if you hit somebody in the skull with a hard rock, you know, with a sling, they're probably just going to drop dead. Or even if you hit them in the chest, you know, with armor on, it's going to dent that armor to such an extent that it could break ribs. I was watching this documentary on it. It's fascinated me, and it's just these slingers, you know, really could do a lot of damage. You know, I always thought, when I thought of a slinger, I was like, yeah, maybe an annoyance. No, they could do a lot of damage. We're going to end the turn here, my friends. Spasiba to my Russian friends. I'm so glad I have some Russian subscribers. Awesome. Finally the pigs move forward. They want to a piece of us. All right. Hundreds of rubles, one ticket for a bus in Moscow. No problem, guys. Seriously, I mean, I've always said it, you know, anything helps. It really does. Right now in this YouTube situation, anything helps. So even 100 rubles, and I know it's very little, to me it's not very little. To me it shows that somebody cares enough to, you know, throw a buck my way. And it means a lot. It really does, guys. Oh, you're trying to take my elephant out. So we've got 3 skirmisher units, and this shows you how good the AI is in the game. I mean, this is exactly what you do with an elephant. All you can do with an elephant is you need to surround it with missile units that can get away quickly and try to do as much damage to it as possible and basically send it running away. So they're doing it exactly the way it was done in history, which is really, really cool. I'm going to still go ahead and be careful with my movements. Move this unit up. We have not such a good situation here because there's a hill. We want to control that hill if possible. But our men could possibly attack this unit. And possibly even attack here. Let's go for it, baby. Our Hastati are definitely capable, guys, of doing a lot of damage to a cavalry unit. And that's something that I actually learned from the creators of the game, and it's all because of the pilum. That's why I always asked initially in these streams about the pilum, because to me the pilum is probably one of the greatest weapons the Romans had. The pilum was not just used as a throwing weapon, and by the way, the pilum didn't bend, as a lot of people want you to think, including National Geographic apparently. It didn't bend. The pilum could be used as a spear. So, you know, a regular Hastati unit or legionary unit could absolutely be turned into the equivalent of a Triarii unit in seconds. And that's what was so awesome. So we're moving forward here. We're not going to have the initiative of the first charge, and that's why I probably made a mistake moving that guy forward. And I'm going to go ahead and just kind of stay back for now. We'll end the turn. Fragmented. More fragmented enemy units. They are flanking us, but I'm not too worried about it because if we can win that central battle, it's not going to make a difference. There we go. Disrupted some enemy units. Once again, you see that the slingers are pretty good, and I actually accept that disruption with happiness. It just shows to me that slingers are a tough unit, and we need to be careful against them. But look at that. They're still continuing to try to kill the elephant unit, and I'm trying to get to those spearmen. Try to get them on a flanking attack. There we go. It continues. It's very even so far, though. Hello, Eric. Do I have a Type 5 Roman generals? I don't have a top 5 Roman generals. I maybe have like a top 5 generals of that period. The first would probably be Quintus Sertorius. For those of you that don't know, Quintus Sertorius was a Roman that wanted to become emperor during the time of Sulla, which was before Caesar. And he was a big friend of the Lusitanians, the Portuguese, essentially. My second favorite would be the Lusitanians, the Lusitanian cultural group. Third would probably be Marcus Vipsanius Agrippa, which is why I have his name. I wouldn't go for 5, but that would probably be the top 3. And, you know, Marcus Vipsanius Agrippa, you know, he was probably really good at naval battles, which is not something I'm a big fan of. But he was loyal, and that's why I really like him. Let's see what happens here. No breaks yet. Charge! 55 disrupted. Oh, they've been pushed back. We're going to move our general up, but since this is our general unit, I'm not taking any chances. In fact, I'd like to take this unit and turn it around. Send it over here. We can't tell if there are any enemies in the woods, but we'll find out pretty soon. Keep on moving. Velitus. What if we just attack with the elephant? Let's just attack with the elephant. And yeah, they're spearmen, but an elephant's going to do a lot of damage. Pretty heavy impact, but the secondary losses would be huge. So screw that. But this would actually work out. Breaks. We broke another enemy unit. Well, one enemy unit. We got first blood. And it looks like we disrupted a lot of other enemy units. And actually, now that we've disrupted them, we could break them with just the cavalry. Let's do it. Flank charge! I don't like this grouping they've got here, but I feel we could still do better. And apparently over here we've got a whole nother fight going on. Although this is a fight I think we can win. Let's charge! And by the way, a lot of slinger units, this is something to keep in mind during this time. You know, they would not have a gladius. Rome Total War would make you think that these guys, these slingers, have like a gladius hidden. They would have a tiny knife, and actually, I think the knife was like 2 inches long. It was basically enough to shave. So if you were, ever attacked as an auxilia unit or something like this without your spear or your pilum, you were so fucked. It's not even funny. You would just be completely destroyed. Let's play an ad here. Alright, let's see what happens now. No, so actually our charge would not work out well. And actually being at the bottom of this hill, this is a bad idea, but I'm doing it anyway. Trying to throw some javelins at the enemy. And I think we'll go ahead and end this charge here. Just making sure I've moved everybody up. Here we go, guys. For the glory of Rome. For civilization over barbarism. Enemy held firm. Our elephant definitely did a great job. And now the auxiliary can't attack our elephant since he's in combat. So if he keeps doing well, I'm going to be very happy. But look at that, they're attacking with 2 groups of spearmen. That's going to make things difficult. There we go, another break, guys. Look at that. The glory of the raw legionaries. They're learning, guys. They are learning. And these Illyrians are falling quickly. I'm loving it. We're definitely beating the Illyrians here so far. I mean, they're putting up a good fight here at the end. And certainly the selection that you guys chose was the most difficult selection we could have taken. But I trust in you guys. And I hope that's not a bad thing. Here we go. Pilum. But I definitely trust in you guys, and I think with your guidance, we're going to get a victory. Really good charge, but we wouldn't do very well in combat. We could just turn towards the enemy with this general unit. Turn towards the enemy once again. Get into combat. There we go, we disrupted them. Hey, that's a great start. This guy maybe, I would love if he could attack over here. He can't, but he might be able to next turn, so I'm going to move him forward. What about our elephant? Ooh, elephant's not going to do very well, guys. Impact attack. Pilum. Think we're going to break this unit. Go for the charge. 99% chance of a break, and sure enough, guys, they broke. Those Illyrians are at 15%. This is our most vicious battle yet. Thank you, ADAW. We do want to stream on Twitch, and we actually tried to earlier. We had some issues, and it probably was due to the system we were using. We were using Restream to stream on both platforms at the same time. The reason we don't really stream on Twitch as much as we do here is, you know, in Twitch, when you want to donate money to somebody, in this case, YouTube's taken away a lot of our monetization because we do war in our games. You know, Twitch makes it a little bit harder. Here, you can basically just click the dollar icon next to the chat emoticon below the chat page, and you can go ahead and donate whatever you want. So it kind of makes it easier. That's one of the reasons. Another reason is just a lot of people see me on YouTube and not on Twitch. But we do want to incorporate both. And I'll actually give you my Twitch handle. Give me a second, guys. So that you can add me there as well. We do Twitch stuff, but we definitely are going to start scheduling, you know, Twitch videos, etc. Oh shit, I don't have my login information. Well, just please put in Agrippa Maxenius on Twitch. You'll find it very quickly. Okay, so no, the elephant's not going to do well here. Even here, we stand a chance at losing. No, we can't attack him. Let's go for it. Charge. Impact charge on the Illyrians. 51. They held firm. Come on, victory for Rome. Oh, man. These Illyrians are tough. This is definitely the toughest fight we've had with them so far. But I still am confident we can win, although it's not going to be easy. And we could actually charge these guys, although even our impact's not going to be very good. So I'm actually going to move this unit here and fire some missiles at this unit. Slingers do a lot of damage, and those three guys, believe me, they're hurting. The slingers do way more damage than you could even imagine. We were talking about that earlier, how just the slingers have such incredible damage potential. A tiny rock or a tiny piece of tin, you know, slung with a slingshot, it could kill somebody. I mean, it's unbelievable the damage it could do. In some states in the U.S., it's actually banned, you know, just like a pistol. Go ahead and turn towards the enemy. Take some of our wonderful javelins, and we're going to end the turn. Here we go, Illyrians. Are we held? Glory to Rome. Oh, wow. So they're actually attacking from the woods. We didn't expect anyone to be there, but sure enough, there they are. Oh, there we go. Disrupted enemy units. Held firm. I mean, these Illyrians are fighting for their lives. This is the last chance they have to, I believe, save their civilization. Sure enough, more Illyrians broke. Come on with the melee damage. It's very even so far, like I said before. Oh, I believe the poor elephants have given up the fight. We're at 8% to 11%. No, that's not what I meant, Lion. I mean, in some states, a lot of weapons are banned. Obviously, you could probably get a permit to carry a slingshot, but wouldn't it be a little silly to need a permit to carry a slingshot? I think it would be. Thank you, Lion. Lion, you're the best, dude. That's what I tell everybody. You know, when you subscribe, click that bell, because YouTube has been making it so hard for my videos to even be seen. I've had people tell me they missed 4 or 5 of my videos. If you like my stuff, click the bell when you subscribe as well, so that you get notified, because I just don't think YouTube goes to the trouble of notifying anybody about these kind of streams. I really appreciate that, Lion. Seriously, man. Guys, let's keep fighting. Let's defeat these Illyrians for good and show them the power of Rome. Once again, a nice victory here. Breaks. There we go. Look at that. Disrupted, dispersed. My God, we dispersed a unit just out of breaking another one. That goes to show you how those morale checks mean a lot. And what I mean by that, for those of you that don't understand, is when you defeat a unit, the units surrounding it have to take a morale check. And if they fail the morale check, they run. As you're seeing now, these Illyrians are running left and right. And if we can keep this up, we're going to get a very, very nice victory. Let's charge. Flank charge for Rome. Fragmented. Here we go, guys. Breaks. The Illyrians have broken. Let's get some denarii. Guys, come on. Somebody throw in some denarii for the breaking Illyrians. Throw some cash in, support Agrippa, and show him that you think he's going to win. I think we're going to win. I really do. And you guys know I'm a cynic, so when I say we're going to win, we're going to win. We'll have to see, though, because we still have some spearmen over here that are going to cause us some trouble. But I think so far, we're off to an amazing start. We're doing really well. Of course, we have these issues. Kill these Therophore. And I've actually seen that the Therophore, I think I'm saying that correctly, are not nearly as strong as the hoplite units of the enemy. You know, they're basically Romanized hoplites, so they have no idea how to actually fight. And believe me, for those of you that think it's hoplites, it's not hoplites. That's an anglicized way of saying the word. It's hoplites. Let's go ahead and end the turn here. Unfortunately, our elephant is running, so that definitely makes me a little less confident than before, but I'm going to go ahead and end the turn and hope for the best. And keep in mind, guys, I do these videos for you guys, but, you know, this takes time out of my schedule just to entertain you. So anytime you have any reservations about subscribing to the channel or hitting the like button or doing anything else to support the channel, just keep that in mind. We're basically a television channel that has no corporate sponsors. Let's end the turn and hope for the best. Victory for Rome! Here we go. So many routing enemies. So there's that left flank attack again, very strong. And we did lose a few units, 10%. Let's hope in the middle we do a better job. .34, wow. So, I mean, it's still a very close fight. You know, despite the fact the Illyrians were down to 30%, you can see them actually breaking even on the left flank. You know, we've got to be careful. I mean, this is the last stand of the Illyrians as far as I can see. So we have to win. It's that simple. We could attack, but we'll decide what we're going to do here in the next few seconds. Hello, ADAW. Agrippa, do you know if the raw legionaries upgrade normally? That's a very good question, and honestly, despite the fact that I work for the company, I don't know. That's what I'm hoping for. I'm hoping that as we can progress through the campaign, they're going to increase their stats, increase their abilities. I think that happens, but I can't say for certain. I really can't. You know, but so far, I love the game. I mean, and despite the fact I'm working for the company, I will say, you know, my answer is going to be biased either way. But this is actually one of the games, you know, when I'm at work at Slytherin, you know, we do absolutely get a chance to test out the new games, you know, look for bugs, things like that. And I have loved Field of Glory 2. I mean, me and a lot of my coworkers, we've played this against each other, and we just had so much fun. Here we go, impacting from all flanks, 37 held firm. But we actually haven't tried the campaign too much, so we're going to find out here. And that's another reason that you should hit that donate button. There we go. Donate to a good cause. Think of it as a cable subscription. You guys probably pay so much more for cable. But if you donate to this channel, you don't have to donate much. We got 100 rubles, and I think that was awesome. And 100 rubles is not a lot of money, but, you know, anything helps. Let's move up a little bit more, see what we can do on this side. And actually, I'm going to move in the Triarii to make sure the enemy doesn't flank us. I will say this, though. Without a doubt, there's going to be a lot of awesome DLCs coming up for this game. There we go. We've broken another Illyrian unit, guys. And I mean really awesome DLCs. So that's another reason to stick around. It's going to be extremely interesting. For those of you that have played the original Field of Glory, you'll know what I'm talking about. You just have to wait and see what happens. I really can't say much more than that. I wish I could. Elephants! Wow, they held firm, man. Gotta give it to them. Very brave men. They're gonna be killed, but brave nonetheless. Now remember, guys, brave doesn't mean smart. And actually right there, I didn't mean to do that. I just broke one of my units unintentionally, totally unintentionally. I wanted to actually not do that order. Yes, in Pike and Shot, troops later gained experience. It's possible that that's the same here. Please do watch the ads, guys. If I'm going to play an advertisement, I'm not going to make anybody miss anything. So please watch them. It helps the channel. One of our generals, I think it's a perfect time for him to just kind of get prepared. And apparently this guy can attack this unit, but it's not going to go well for him. This guy, however, being in the woods, I mean, maybe this will work out. I'm going to do it. We're going to charge the Terofori, because I think that maybe in the woods this might actually work out for us. But it's very even. Probably the most even fight I've ever had in the game. Nope. All right, turning it over to the enemy. Could definitely see the enemy trying to flank us with their missile units. It's a bloody battle. But will we win? I'm not sure. Breaks! Beautiful, guys. We just got an enemy break. The other units held firm, but that's beautiful. 37% for the Illyrians. We're so close to getting a Roman victory here. Another enemy unit broke. The Illyrians are at 41%, guys. This is almost a total victory. I want to remind you guys, we've been playing the stream for an hour and 20 minutes just to entertain you guys. So keep that in mind. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. You know, and just try and help the channel in any way you can. If you can't donate, then please share our videos. Get your buddies into them, you know, let them know that we are one of the few channels that focuses entirely on Total War strategy games, you know, and I don't mean Total War like Sega's Total War, but Total War strategy games in terms of we always try to go for the most realistic strategy games possible. And there we go, a victory. That's freaking awesome. We're going into the next part of the campaign. We played 3 parts of the campaign so far. And now we see what happens. I believe the Illyrians are destroyed. This is a glorious victory. It's not just a basic victory. It's a glorious one. Hello, Eric. Good to see you, buddy. Ads as well. Yes, absolutely, my friend. With that, my friend, let's see the final stats. There's the final stats of the battles for you guys. Amazing stuff. Just freaking awesome. And there we go. We've got a lot of new Illyrian slaves. Beautiful. Let's see what happens next. Alright, guys. Well, we've gotten to part 4 of 5. So here we go. We need to keep progressing in our campaign. And of course, the Illyrians are a Greek people. So this is 4 out of 5. So now we have to decide whether we want to call in a force from our Greek allies or whether we want to wait for reinforcements from home. 1 or 2, guys. It's up to you. You decide. The first of 3 wins. So I want you guys to make that vote count. And let's see what you guys determine is the right choice. Damn right, Edo. We do it right every single time, my friend, and crush the enemy. We need 1 more vote, guys. We need a tiebreaker. 1 or 2. Come on. You can't do that line even if you are Greek. As much as I'd love to give you veto power, you do not get veto power, although you're a very cool guy. We need somebody else to vote. Come on. 1 or 2. 1 or 2. The Senate must vote. Come on, you lurkers. I love you guys so much, you lurkers, but I know you don't type enough. Type something. 1 or 2. I don't give a shit what you type. Just throw it in there. There we go. Adam is the tiebreaker. 2-1 for Greeks. There we go. Adam accepts our Greek allies. Oh my goodness, you guys are crazy. All right, well, fair enough. Choice 1. We have to detach some units. What? So we basically have to put some units in our garrison because we're going to be getting Greek allies. We'll throw in... our elephants are great, but at the same time, they cost a lot. Throw in some veteran Hastati Principes. Well, this is where we stop, my friends. I hope you guys have enjoyed the campaign so far. I'm going to save it right here because I want you guys to come back. So we're saving this as coolest stream ever. So 90s. But we did this stream for an hour and 30 minutes. And I think before we move forward, we are definitely going to take a break. And I love all of you guys. Thank you so much. We're also going to call it rubles because we had some Russian donators. If you still want to donate to the channel, it helps us tremendously. I'm trying to buy a new mouse because this one is a pile of shit. So don't forget, you can always do the donate option down below. The super chat donate option, even if it's $1 or a ruble, it all helps. It really does. And I'm going to go ahead and play one final ad. I do apologize, but I'm asking you guys to please watch it, and we're going to be done with this stream for now. I hope you guys had a good time. We did an hour and 30-minute stream, and earlier today on XCOM 2, we did an hour and 20-minute stream. I have been streaming my ass off today, and I could go for even longer, but I'm going to have to go ahead and call it quits. But thank you so much, guys, for stopping by. I am going to play another ad. Please continue chatting. Let's get some Aves in there, my friends. Let's get some Aves. 5 Aves. I need to go and get some rest and some food. I need 5 Aves before that happens. Ave Centurions. Come on, lurkers, help us out. I want to get a coffee. Thank you, Lion. Come on, Centurions. We already had 4 people leave. Come on, lurkers, I need your help here. Ah, my Russian friend. We need your Ave. Spasiba. I'm stuck here, guys. I'm starving. I want to go eat some spicy noodles. Come on. We've got 3 Aves right now. We need 2 more. Help us out, guys. There we go. Glorious, glorious Russia. We got 3 of 5 Aves necessary for me to go get some sleep and some well-needed food. Come on, guys. 2 more Aves. I know you lurkers. I love you guys, and I know you guys like to lurk, but please, we need you to throw your hat in the ring here. We must get more Aves. We must be superior, the superior Romans. We're going to crush these barbarian tribes and turn them to dust. And all of us are going to get free farmland. Well, the good old days, as they would say. Are you not entertained? 2 Aves more. Are you not entertained? Come on, lurkers. Come on, 2 Aves more. I'm not leaving before we get 2 Aves. There's no way. I'm just going to sit here. Even if I have to go to the restroom, I'm sitting right here until we get 2 Aves. Now, given this is why I need to start scheduling streams, I agree with that. But we need 2 Aves. Come on, lurkers. My brothers, we need Aves. 2 more. Roblox just sent me an Ave over Steam. So we got 1 Ave over Steam. So now we're down to 1. We just need 1 more Ave. We just need 1 more Ave so that Agrippa can go and get some sleep and some food. Come on, guys. Help us out. All you need to do is type into the chat Ave. That's it. We have 1 more that we need. Somebody sent me an Ave over Steam. 1 more Ave. Come on, brothers. 11 people here. I know there's some lurkers. They don't like to chat. I totally understand. But come on, throw that Ave out. Please, do me a favor. Ave! Google. Come on, Googlebot. No, he still hasn't. I'm still continuing. We need 1 more Ave. I am going to save this, though. So I'm going to double save just to be safe. No! That's alright, we have something saved. Come on. We need somebody to Ave us. Well, we actually aren't broadcasting on Twitch this time. We had some issues. It's actually not Twitch's fault, it's YouTube's fault. Thank you, Vladi. Thank you, my friend. Ave to you, my friend. Vladi has finished it up. Thank you so much, guys, for stopping by the stream. 1 hour and 40 minutes. Absolutely awesome. Such a cool stream. I had so much fun with you guys. We're going to be doing some streams in the future, possibly historically based streams, explaining these ancient warriors. You know, I'm not an animator, but I do want to do that. I did it the same with my Finnish Civil War stream. And it did pretty well, so I hope you guys will be up for that. But thank you so much for stopping by, guys. Thank you so much, and Ave to all my Centurions. I love you all. Keep supporting the Agrippa Maxenius channel, and I hope you all have an awesome day. Damn, I'm tired after that stream. I think I'm going to go for a tiny little walk to get an espresso. Thank you, brothers. Lion, thank you so much, buddy. All my other friends. My Russian friend, I don't know how to say your name because it's in Cyrillic alphabet, but if you tell me how to say it, I will remember. I hope you all have an awesome day. Ave to all of my Centurions. Glory, glory to the Senate and to Rome.